Hello, everybody. October 9th, Thursday afternoon here in Utah, United States of America. It's obviously a worldwide economic collapse, so there's like 500 things I can talk about, but we'll focus on a few and I'll just post more frequent videos. I probably heard about Iceland, 3 large banks, looks like they're going to be nationalized. Also interesting about Russia lending Iceland $5 billion, with Iceland being a member of NATO. So we have all kinds of interesting things and alliances and counter alliances going on. I just went to the store real quick, bought some agave nectar, good stuff. Once again, learn about the ultimate nutrition. I'm going to turn to that right now because I'm kind of burnt out with everything that's going on. The markets, etc. I got some sushi here, right at the store. See? Ahi tuna is $22 a pound, but it's worth it. Rather than go out for sushi, I'm just going to eat it right here. Oh my gosh. Now that's nutrition. I know it's not raw vegan, but meat is powerful condensed protein, especially. That's good. It's worth it. So, I bought this too. Some baby spinach because I'm going to make some green drinks to maximize health and vitality at this point in time. Okay, so Iceland, a country going bankrupt because, subprime mortgages and this and that. It's not the fault of the little guy that made the mortgages or the aggressive loan broker that made the mortgages. What kind of really ticks me off is that Wall Street, these guys are supposed to be sophisticated. And, buying these mortgages back into, buying pools of mortgages that were bad, it's pretty easy to see, when somebody's making whatever, $3,000 a month and they got a mortgage for $1,600 a month, it's going to go up to $2,000 a month. And with these escalators, it's going to go bad. It's just so visible. And of course, people, a lot of my subscribers are saying, hey, my family thought I was crazy. They started to listen. Well, my family was convinced I was crazy. And the conventional Mormon part of my family, or I should say ex-wife, just like the completely loco. And of course now, it's 100% vindication. And I don't know, satisfying is not the word. It's just, it's interesting when you're alone in the truth. Now people are scared to death because they finally see that things are coming true. Another thing that makes me kind of sick is these people on CNBCO or capitulation about no, this isn't final capitulation. This is the bottom. I just now, the market's, my friend said the market's going to come back. So I just okay, stop that stuff. It's not coming back. As I've said many times before, we violated the principles that the founding fathers set down, which were given to them by God. They're eternal true principles. It's natural law. You could call it God, the Great Spirit, Allah, whatever you want to say. But when you violate natural law, eternal principles, true things that work and bring joy, then it leads to economic collapse. All of a sudden, economics is an interesting topic. For some reason, I've been massively interested my whole life. I think that's why I went to Harvard, which started a divinity school. It's, I think, 150 years older in the country, and all things are coming together. So are we going to panic here? No. We can continue to get prepared. The stores are still open. You can still buy agave nectar here in Utah. You can even buy high-quality sushi. The gym's still open. Are banks going to close this weekend? I don't think so. But I know some, actually if I was on Wall Street, it would have been, well, as my friends know, 1,000, 2,000% return the last few weeks. But let's talk about future, so people that want to trade can make a fortune off this. And those that don't have a fortune, which is fine, don't worry about it. Okay, so shorting the 30-year bond will be a massive thing. We're going to go through deflation first, and then we'll go through inflation leading to hyperinflation, and then the collapse and breakup of the United States. I'll have to put this all on a DVD and explain it because it, would be condensing it to put it on a 2-hour DVD, let alone 4 or 5 minutes or 6 or 7 minutes here on YouTube. So the deflation will continue. There won't be like massive inflation to bail out the homeowner in the next few weeks or months. There'll be deflation as you're seeing now. Oil prices are going down. People aren't shopping as much. GM down 30% today. Astounding Why? Because people won't be able to buy cars. They're not making loans. Things are grinding to a halt. Another thing I want to explain, and I'll probably make a separate video on this, but this needs to be known, is stocks are based on earnings. And when a company makes earnings, they pay their taxes, but they also pay out what's called dividends to the people that own the stock. And so let's say if a stock's $100 and it pays out $5 a year in dividends and has what's called a 5% dividend yield. Let's say the earnings go way down, which is happening to almost all companies right now, and the earnings go down to $2.50, or the dividend, what they pay out to the shareholders, goes out to $2.50 instead of $5. Then that's a 50% cut in the dividend. So theoretically, the stock should go down 50%. So that $100 stock becomes a $50 stock. So if it's in your 401k or whatever, it's like I said about a year ago, get out of your 401ks, get out of your retirement accounts if you can, because they've all gone negative unless you could have like a gold fund, which most companies don't allow you to do that. So what's happening with the stock market, and one reason they're going to continue going down, which is a logical, rational reason, is because earnings will go down, and so dividends will go down, so the stock price will go down. So after this last quarter, which will be horrendous, you watch stocks, they'll continue to drop. This isn't capitulation. This isn't the end. I can't predict the day-to-day moves because I'm totally not with the table of the few people making decisions. Say, Bernanke, you do this. Okay? I'm not. I'm not in the Fed meetings. And so, yeah, if they did some crazy thing, for instance, and they're talking about it, buying U.S. stocks. They said, okay, we're going to manipulate the market and buy a bunch of stocks. They could do it overtly or covertly. If they did it covertly, people would go, hey, it's a turnaround, and they might kill the shorts. So they might kill the shorts. People obviously probably got back into shorting the market today since it was legal again in this supposedly free country. And if there's a short squeeze, they could go way back up, and they could just exacerbate that pain for the shorts, which is people betting stocks will go down by just, flooding money into the stock market. So every day is interesting. Every night's interesting. Michelle Cabruso Cabrera reporting from over there. I love Scott Sedgwick. CNBC World, those guys, I like their conversations. They're just not as hyped out. They're more insightful. So I really like Scott Sedgwick and all those guys watching Europe at Night. It's great. Once again, thanks for the comments from all over the world. Interesting, I'm having more CEOs and former CEOs of Fortune 1000 companies contacting me. And it's cool, I think, gosh, what about if they would listen 2 years ago? Who knows? Maybe I'll get in consulting people so that maybe people will be interested in the truth so they can adjust their tell their CFO to do the right thing financially. I noticed one guy, it's an extrusion company down CNBC. They're preparing for a real bad 2009. Yeah, prepare for the worst. Things are going to still operate. Another video, I'll explain why they're going to still operate and how things are going to play out the next 1, 2, 3 years. So, I know I'm kind of excited. I'm trying to be hyped up. I want to go to the gym. I have so much going on, you wouldn't even know. But God bless all of you. Once again, the integration of spiritual truths with gut truths with the financial system leads to the most accurate picture. So, work out, have some agave nectar, homemade sushi or whatever, and get into raw foods. Get super healthy now. And of course, the healthcare. We'll talk about insurance companies and everything else in a very future video. I'm going to probably stream every 48 hours or less in the next few days. God bless all of you. Ciao.